privacy has to be worth something more than just the privacy to commit misconduct. There is an intrinsic good to that. This difference between Coinbase as a US-based company and Binance, because it is really interesting. There is a strategic consideration that I've heard other people argue on Binance's side of things, which is part of the kind of founding values of crypto is in this idea of decentralization and the idea that Binance intentionally and strategically chose not to have kind of a single geographical locus to be more distributed. And there is something about that from a basic conceptual framework that sits ill with some lawmakers and some regulators. They feel like, well, the only reason to obscure your location must be because you're doing wrongful things. And I hear this argument all the time in the context of free speech and privacy rights. Privacy being the prime example, where people say, well, why do you need privacy? Privacy is only privacy to commit crime. And to think that is to ignore the intrinsic value of constitutional rights that we enshrine and we protect. And privacy has to be worth something more than just the privacy to commit misconduct. There is an intrinsic good to that. And so I don't know how much we'll see that get played out in the Binance litigation, but it's a point I wanted to raise because I think a lot of people ascribe negative intent or malice to the idea of trying to be distributed and trying to avoid having a geographic locus. But there are some ways in which I see that as consistent with what you might call founding principles of crypto.
Hey, it's Amy. Click over here to subscribe, click over here for more content, and we'll see you next time.